At least 31 people in Gaza are dead, more than 200 others injured after an attack near a distribution site run by a private U.S.-based group. That is according to the Gaza Health Ministry. The Hamas-run group is accusing Israeli forces of opening fire on a gathering crowd. The IDF says it's not aware of any gunfire injuries and is investigating. This all comes as Hamas and Israel exchange blame over a faltering effort to secure a ceasefire. Chief Foreign Correspondent Ian Pannell in Tel Aviv with the latest.
Yeah, hi there, Phil. We're still gathering details of exactly what took place this morning. Here's what is being claimed. Firstly, by the Hamas-run health ministry, by doctors at the Nasser hospital, and by multiple eyewitnesses. They're all reporting that a shooting incident took place as large numbers of people approached a distribution center that was being run by GHF. This is a Gaza humanitarian foundation, this American-run, Israeli-backed aid group that's trying to bypass the traditional aid organizations like the UN that normally distributes food. It's been beset by problems and controversy, even though the group itself denies that any incidents have taken place. There have been multiple reports of shootings, of chaos, and now this devastating incident. At least 30 people are claimed to have been killed. Over 200 are claimed to have been injured in this incident. As I say, there are multiple videos now emerging from that scene. Scenes of chaos. Remember, these hospitals already vastly stretched. Many of them are very short on medical supplies. The blockade that was put in place for 11 weeks by Israel wasn't just food supplies, but also medical supplies. It has been partially lifted, but the United Nations describing it as very little aid, far short of what is required there. Meanwhile, we also have the controversy over this so-called ceasefire deal. Remember, President Trump and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff proposed this deal a few days ago, backed by Israel, which envisaged a 60-day ceasefire, the release of 10 living hostages, the bodies of others who have deceased, the release of Palestinian prisoners, partial withdrawal of Israeli forces to a buffer zone, and the free flow of aid. Hamas responded overnight to that, saying that they agreed with much of what was there, but they wanted guarantees from the United States that the 60-day ceasefire would be held to and that there would be discussions for a permanent ceasefire. In other words, some kind of peace deal. They also asked that aid be distributed by the United Nations instead. The US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff responding almost immediately on X, totally rejecting what Hamas has said, saying it was unacceptable. Hamas then pushing back, saying, look, we're not rejecting the deal, we're just asking to talk about these other things. So the ceasefire deal that President Trump said he expected to be signed this weekend looks nowhere near being signed right now. We have to wait for diplomacy to do the job. But meanwhile, the situation on the ground in Gaza, if anything, is getting worse, according to aid agencies. They said things are as worse as at any point since the start of the war. The suffering, the death, the displacement just continues. Phil?
All right, Ian Pannell from Tel Aviv in Israel. Ian, thank you.